Hey, Dr. Brian Kinsel from Evolve Flagstaff. I'm going to show the rear foot elevated split squat at a nice slow tempo, often called a Bulgarian split squat, but we're just elevating the rear foot. And so I have a video for the version from the floor. So when we elevate the rear foot, it's going to create a bigger demand on the mobility of the quad, and it's going to be a little more demanding from a balance and a strength perspective. So this is often a great progression from the version on the floor. So I'm going to bring my rear foot up, and first I'm going to get my balance. I want to square up, so the technique is pretty much the same as that floor version. I don't want to flare my hips out this way. I want my hip bones to be facing forward, my foot in the back to be facing forward, my front foot straight as well. So everything is straight. I'm going to squeeze my glute in the back. Already, because I'm a little stiff here, I feel a stretch in this back leg. That's okay, but we want to keep the glute on, your butt tight in the back. And then foot position on this front foot, I want it so as I start to drop down, my shin pretty much stays vertical. So here, I'm probably going to be a little too far away. My shin's starting to tilt backwards. And here I'm going to be too close. My shin's starting to tilt forward. It's not dangerous or anything, but we're going to get the most out of this one if we got some 90-degree angles. So I'm going to get my foot probably right about there. I might adjust it. Square up, get my balance. So that's what I'm going to do first, is get my balance. If your balance is really struggling, you can come near a wall and just touch a finger, or you can get a PVC pipe or a broomstick and have a little balance assist to start and then progress away from it. Then from here, I'm going to squeeze here. I'm going to get organized in the core, meaning I'm not going to flare my ribs, I'm not going to drop my torso forward, and then I'm going to brace 360 degrees like somebody was going to poke me or tickle me in any part of the torso. So I'm going to get tight, squeeze, and then I'm going to drop down 3 to 5 seconds. And then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to take 2 breaths. As I breathe, I'm staying organized in the torso. I'm going to come up a little bit faster. My foot's sliding off, so I'm just going to scoot it back a little bit there. And then I'm going to do another rep. I'm going to drop down. And at any point where you feel like you're losing stability, meaning your balance is going, your knee in the front is wobbling, you're losing your glute contraction in the back, you're losing your core, whatever it might be, that's where you pause and breathe. If you can at that point drop a little lower, go for it. But if not, breathe, come up. So we're looking for that moment when you're losing stability, you're shaking, your core is kind of wiggling all over the place, whatever it might be. That's where we pause, and that's where we're exposing either the limits of our motor control or our range of motion, or both. So for me, this primarily challenges my hip extension up in this position, my rectus femoris, my quad length. For some people, they might be really shaky on this front leg. One final cue, if I show this from the front, is that I want this front leg to stay nice and stable. So if I get up here, if I drop down, I want to be looking right down my shin. Then I know the shin is vertical. And you can see that I'm a little wobbly here. My knee wants to kind of wobble. I want to keep it over my 3rd, 4th, and 5th toes. I want to be able to see the inside of my shin bone and my big toe. If it drops in here, I'm not using my glutes to stabilize. So I want, boom, straight down, nice line. I can see my inside heel bone. I'm over that 3rd, 5th toe. I'm engaged here. Whew. There's a lot happening, and then I still have to breathe, because then when I breathe, I can own that position, come up a little faster than you go down. So don't rush this. Sometimes 4 to 6 reps is all you need. And then if you want a little more challenge, you can hold the weight, dumbbells at your sides, or in a goblet position. So that's the tempo rear foot elevated split squat.